What's up everyone, welcome to another Brewmaster video. Today we're gonna talk a bit about our rotation abilities, like our offensive parts of our kit. I feel like a lot of the guides online, they do a good job telling you what skills to use when, but most of them fail to explain why it's done that way. And that's basically what we're gonna do on this video today. Because if you are anything like me, the what and when it's not enough and you feel the need to know why it's done that way. So let's roll into it. We're gonna talk about the Keg Smash, the Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Jab and Expel Harm, Spinning Crane Kick and Rushing Jade Wind, She Wave, Breath of Fire and Xuen. So first, the Keg Smash. It's our main DPS skill. Like, we should use it when it's possible. Every time it's out of cooldown and it's not gonna overcap our She, we should use it. And the reason why we do it that way, it's because first, it's our highest single target DPS ability. It's our highest threat per second ability. It's our highest She generation ability. It has the best conversion of energy cost per She generated, and it also has the extra of applying the weakening blows on the target. So basically, if you put all of this together, Keg Smash is very important for us. It provides all of these comparing to other abilities, and that's the reason why we use it every time we can. Up next, we have Blackout Kick. So, Blackout Kick we should use when we need to spend She or when we need to keep or start our shuffle. And the reason why we play Blackout Kick the way we do, it's first, is our best single target DPS option to spend She. The other ability, the other DPS ability that we can use to spend She is Breath of Fire, and on a single target situation, Blackout Kick is a better option. Second, it maintains your shuffle, which is our main source of mitigation besides our stagger. It was recently buffed to have extra damage, so it's also a little plus, and it has a good synergy with offensive and defensive options, because you are using it to spend your She to deal damage, and at the same time it's pushing up your shuffle, which makes it good for us both offensively and defensively. Up next, we have Tiger Palm. Tiger Palm is our filler. It's an insane filler, and as all the fillers, you should use it first when you have nothing else to do. So your energy is still regening, you are waiting for something, you can just snug in a Tiger Palm. And it's also important to use when you need to maintain our Tiger Power and Power Guard. Why we use it this way? First, it's, again, the best filler we can have. Mostly because it's free of cost and it has no reuse. So we can just like use it whenever we want. We don't need energy for it, we don't need She for it. It's just there. It gives us two big buffs. It's the Tiger Power, which is our armor pen buff, and the Power Guard, which is our guard buff. And by using it, we are literally increasing our DPS because we are adding something else. Even when we don't have the need, like even when those two buffs are up, you can still sneak a Tiger Palm in just to increase the DPS. Next one we have Jab and Expel Harm. So basically you want to use Jab when your energy is about to cap. And let's say you have enough energy to use Jab and the Keg Smash if it comes out of cooldown, then we can use Jab. And for Expel Harm, it's the same if you are not full HP. Except if you are on less than 35% HP, you have the Desperate Measures passive activating, and makes your Expel Harm not have cooldown, so we can use it more often. And why do we use these spells on this way? First, it generates Chi. So while we are waiting for Keg Smash to come out of cooldown, we basically have nothing else to do with our energy. So we can keep that energy rolling and getting some Chi and some damage out of it. It helps us prevent the energy cap, which means like help us not wasting energy. On the case of Expel Harm, it also heals us, which is always an advantage. And we should always, if we are full HP, the jab is a better option over Expel Harm. If you are lower HP, Expel Harm takes over the jab. Why we don't want to Expel Harm on full HP? It's because Expel Harm deals damage based on the percentage of the heal you give. And if you are full HP, you're not going to give any heal, which means it's not going to be any damage. So you are better just saving that cooldown there for whenever you actually need an heal. So you have a heal on demand that will also give you a Chi. And if it's under 35% HP, you have most of the times 2 or more to use. So that's Jab and Expel Harm. Up next, we have Spinning Crane Kick and Rushing Jade Wind if you are talented. You should use instead of Jab when you have 3 or more targets. And basically the reasons why we want to use it, it's almost the same as Jab. It gives you 1 Chi, so if you are on 3+ targets, you use that instead of Jab to use your energy to get you some Chi while Keg Smash is on cooldown. It again helps you not capping your energy, so not wasting energy. It has a good damage and good AoE threat. So if you are like on a train situation, like on a dungeon or pulling trash, it's a very good tool to use and you should use it. It costs the same as Jab, but it's an AoE. So right there, it tells you that you should use it instead of Jab on an AoE situation. And the best part of it is that if you have it talented on Rushing Jade Wind, most of the times for dungeons and AoE and trash packs, you're gonna be talented on Rushing Jade Wind. It doesn't even stop your normal rotation. It just becomes a spell that you press, and instead of having the normal cast like the Spinning Crane Kick, you just have a buff that is there doing the job while you can go back to do the rest of your rotation. Next, Chi Wave. Well, Chi Wave, it's those skills that you need to use every time you can. So when it's off cooldown, just press it. And why? Well, it's free on everything. It's free to use the skill, so it's free healing and it's free damage. Nothing much more to say about it. But there's also a why not to use on this situation. There are some fights where there are phases where you are required to stop damage or stop the healing. Like for example, let's look at Spirit Kings. There is the Dark Shield, I think it's the name. That if you hit the shield, it's gonna blow up and you're gonna wipe the raid. Very often, you gonna go into the situation where you casted your Chi Wave like 15 seconds ago, and the wave is still bouncing because it bounced to someone who was on the other side of the room, and then it bounced back to the boss that was on this side of the room, and then it went back to the other side of the room, and the boss popped the shield, and the Chi Wave is coming in and deals damage on the boss, pops the shield, and wipes the raid. So you need to be very careful on those type of situations and work yourself out to not press that button, because otherwise you're gonna have a bad experience with that skill. Breath of Fire. Okay, so when to use the Breath of Fire? First, and the best usage of it is if you have it glyphed and you use against targets that can be CC'd. When they have the Dizzying Haze debuff from your Dizzying Haze or from your Keg Smash, they'll get disoriented, which means they are not attacking you, which is pretty decent. You can also use it even without the glyph. If you are in a situation like in a phase of boss, summon some ads or something, the ads come to you, your shuffle time is okay, you can pop a Breath of Fire just for extra AoE damage. Also, on AoE situation, it's better damage than Blackout Kick, because you are hitting more than one target with the skill. And for last one, we have the Xuen. Xuen is a bit of a weird one, because you're gonna have to study the fights on this one to understand when is the best moment to use it. Like, and why is that? It's because it's a DPS burst cooldown. So, like most of the DPS burst cooldowns, you want to use it when most of the damage humps are online, which means lusts, high vengeance, and stuff like that. So for this one, you're gonna have to study the fight and understand when it will be the point where, first, when will reduce lust, and second, when are the points that you have high vengeance. And then you need to calculate if it's possible to use on pull, and then on that moment of high vengeance or lust, you can use twice or more depending on the fight. So you can open with the Xuen, and then it will be the phase that you have high vengeance and lust will come out. You're gonna have the reuse to use again. If that's not the case, if vengeance, high vengeance phase or lust phase is gonna happen before the reuse of the Xuen, you are probably better on saving the Xuen for that moment. Like, if you can only use it once, save it for the moment when you're gonna take the maximum advantage out of it. It's a pretty decent cooldown. Xuen scales with your stats, it's dynamic, so you don't need weird shenanigans for snapshots and etc. So you just need to know when is the moment that your vengeance gonna be the highest possible, when is the moment that the lust will come out, and considering that you wanna use it on that moment, figure out if there's somewhere else where you can use it in a way that won't prevent you from using it on that part. Just think a bit about the general DPS burst cooldown that you want to use on that right moment when everything is online. And I guess that's it. It was just a fast one, just to give a brief explanation about why we use the stuff the way we use. It's like, it's not, for me at least, not enough to have someone telling me that my first skill should be Keg Smash. I need to know why that's the case. And that's why I decided to make this video. If you are like me, you're also gonna have those questions. And you have now the documents, you can look at it, you can reread it if you want it. You can and you should like if you like it, so subscribe if you didn't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!